Good morning. Thank you for joining this course again. Uh, and Today I want us to look at principle and attribute of intelligence. And this is from previous class where we talked about the sources of intelligence, and we should be able now to understand what are some of the principles that are attributed to intelligence. Before we talk about that, it's very important to we talk about what we call the intelligent failure, because this will going to help us to understand what are some of these uh, principles that attribute to intelligence. And when you talk about intelligence failure, it's very important for us to understand that intelligent failure can be defined when somebody acts or does not collect or the analyze information which is adequately, which is formulated, and sound policy that based on the intelligence. What are we saying here? We are saying that intelligent failure can be defined by when somebody failed to do the work of collection, analyzing the information, should be adequate, and that should formulate the sound policy that based on the intelligent or for consideration. And when we are talking about this, we say that this should imply that intelligent failure can happen at a multiple level or stages during the entire intelligence circle. And I know we talked about intelligence circle, and we'll just be mentioning part of it just for you to understand what principle that attribute to intelligence. And we say that intelligent failure is quick to make a national headline in the news due to the devastating impact that this can have, because of the failure to have intelligence collected in the right way can become a big issue to a nation. I want to give an example in Kenya. When we had the Westgate attack, was there was a number of blame game, not only on the operation, and also there was a blame game on some particular unit within the security organ that had the intelligence that the terrorists will be attacking, but the information did not reach the people that has to take action. So that will mean that it will be very important to make a consideration that the intelligence which is collected does not reach a point that it failed. When the intelligence failed to meet the target or through the collection and analysis, that we refer again as intelligent failure. So we are saying that the policy and the media alike are keen to all the intelligent community and the policy accountable when the intelligence does not function or is not anticipated as to what they wanted. So we say that conversely, the intelligence success often go up unpublished, which is the symptom of their success. Because now, because of that failure, you find that now sometimes they end up not publish that particular intelligence. So we are saying that the function of intelligence is for the intelligent community. I see here mean intelligent community to provide as much action information as possible to the decision maker. Remember, we say that we are not just collecting the intelligent information we are collecting because there was a request either from the people who are going to make a decision or maybe the consumer in short. So we say that and the objective is to inform the decision maker, and any intelligent failure will hinder this decision making progress. And therefore we are saying that intelligent failure has a negative strategy consequences, and this may be not just negative enemy attack or causing what you call the strategic disadvantage against an opponent, but we are saying it is essential to understand how and why the intelligence failed, so that we try to do what? To improve the intelligent process In turns, we say that analysis of the failure can therefore, we say, prevent errors from repeating and increase likelihood of strategy success in future. We are saying, why must we concentrate on looking at intelligent failure? We are saying that, you see, when the intelligent failure is identified, it will mean that we have to improve on our intelligent process, and that will mean that now we are going to avoid error that can be impact in future. So if we have an intelligent failure at a certain stage, that does not mean that now we will stop there and say that we cannot collect intelligence that an but it can act as what you call opportunity for us to learn. And that's why we are saying that the intelligent circle is a, we can say that is a framework that, as discussed before, we said the intelligent circle is a framework for understanding how intelligent work in practice. And I'm going to talk about part of the intelligent circle we talked about. And as we say, that is a framework, and that means that now the circle is a framework to understand how the intelligent work in practice. While there is a debate about the specific stages, the complex to the network involved, what we have the general agreement that the intelligent circle is comprised of this particular five. As we realize that we have some go up to 6 stages, and we discussed this in our second class. And we say that the first area where the intelligent failure can occur if it's not looked at in the circle is what you call direction stage. And when you talk about direction stage, you say that this is the stage that the deciding, the focus, and that require the intelligent product. What are we saying? We are saying that now at this stage is where the zone of focus, what to be focused on when it comes to intelligent product is needed. And we say that apart from that, we have collection stage, and we say the collection stage is where we do the collection of the raw material or raw information. The raw information, the information which has not been analyzed, we collect it as what we call the collection stage. And thirdly, we talked about the processing stage, and we say that at this stage, in summary, is where the processing phase that include collection and description and also interpretation of the raw collection information. In this stage, we are processing this information through either collecting it, we are trying to make it secure, and then we are trying also to interpret this information so that it can be called intelligent information. And having done that, the next stage automatically we will go into the stage now we talk about analyzing the information. And we say that at this stage we do what we call converting the new information into something that is meaningful, which include the implication and assessment of the collected data. If let's say you are collecting data regarding security of a particular place, you want to show what is the implication if action is not taken, or what is the assess of the impact of that particular data that you have collected. And finally, after that, you go to what you call dissemination stage, where is the distribution of the intelligent product to the consumer or the people that requested for it. So in this particular stage, what we are going to do, we are just distributing the intelligent information to the people that have requested for it. And at that stage, I will also give you in your note the diagram that will be helping you again to understand briefly of that stages, so that when you are having also your coming card, you'll be able to understand and explain well if that particular question is asked. And even before we look at how does the intelligent fail, I want us to look at it a little bit deeper on those stages that we talk about. And if I may just go a little bit one by one, and let's look at the direction stage. And we say intelligent failure can occur at the direction stage of the intelligent circle due to lack of effective communication between the intelligent community and the producer. So we are saying that at the direction side where we are deciding the focus and require what require on that intelligence, there can be intelligent failure. Where is the failure coming from? The failure is coming from due one, lack of effective communication. That it can be between the people who are going to consume that intelligence and the product. And we say that the intelligent consumer must take their requirement clearly. When you are taking the instruction, you must take that requirement clearly to avoid what we call lack of effective communication. And that's why he said that, however, that the lack of the clarity in the request or lack of the understanding of that what we call capability of intelligent product can result to what we call the lack of communication or lack of effective communication. And that's why he said the conversation that the producer may misunderstand what the consumer basically aim at, or they might deviate from the aim throughout the intelligent process. So we are saying that it's very important for the intelligent consumer and to make sure that they pass information in a way that the people that are going to look at that information are understood. And also for the person picking the information, because it's a direction stage, you must make sure that you collect the information and take the right direction. So we say intelligent consumer are generally looking for up-to-date information regarding the current issue and strategy priority. They're not just looking at the intelligence, but they're looking at the information which is up to date. Okay, don't give them what happened before, because they want to make the zone right now, so that information has to be up to date. And therefore we will say that apart from the direction, the consumer may be requesting a short-term intelligent product which lacks significant strategy value and only relevant to short time. When you are requested to collect the intelligence, sometimes that intelligent information, yes, you might be looking the long-term value, but we are saying that the consumer sometimes can want just a short time intelligent product or information, and therefore you have to be very careful in making sure that you get effective communication, and that I think is well understood on what I've explained. And secondly, again, just to look at a little bit on intelligent failure in terms of the stage of collection, and we say that the method of data collection of information that may eventually become intelligent vary significantly, depending on, it can depend on the method that you use as intelligent officer. And also we say that this stage is intimately open to intelligent failure through the collection of incorrect or irrelevant information. So we are saying in collection stage is just very clear. If the information are not collected correctly due to the type or the method of data collection, it's very easy to collect irrelevant information and also information which are not correct. So it's very important for you to know, and I've explained that the collection stage you do the raw data, and that data, the method you use is very important for you to get the right thing. Apart from that, the processing stage, you say the processing phase include the collection and the interpretation of raw data information, and we say that there are multiple points at this stage which the intelligent can fail during the intelligent processing. And we say that intelligent analysis, as we can agree, must accurately summarize a large amount of raw data into actionable reports that are concise yet in a incorporated of all potential relevant information. Yes, it's always challenging, because by the end of the day you get a lot of data, big data, but you need to make sure that you summarize that data so that it can be put in a way that the consumer will understand it and take a particular action. And that you must ensure that you incorporate all potential and relevant information that will be explaining about the product that you are giving to the consumer. And that's why I say that when considering the analysis, most of the time you are tasked with coming up with a significant volume of noise to find helpful information that then infer what the information mean, and the process stage is also, as we say, multiple layer and articulate. So we are saying that in the processing, again, you have to be very careful because of the volume of the information, that if is not summarized in a better way, can lead us to what we call the intelligent failure. And finally, we said that analysis stage help us in converting the new information into something that is meaningful, that include implication and assessment of the collected data. And then it's good to note that some of the issues commonly noted in the intelligent failure study include what we call group thinking. Group thinking, when I've defined that you might be more than one or two people that are collecting this intelligence. The way you think as a group might affect the end result of the product that you are going, or it can be faulty evidence weighting. When you talk about fault evidence weighting, we are talking about the amount of the evidence in that particular, the all evidence, but they are fault, okay? Or it can be in doing the analysis, can be something to do with data misinterpretation. We interpret the data that you get it just the same as we do it in the other form of research. And if data is misinterpreted, it will mean that now we will come into what we call the intelligent failure. And also it can be due to lack of training and insufficient source of validation. If the people are collecting intelligence, people are analyzing intelligence at this stage, they are not trained on how to analyze such intelligence. That will prove into intelligent failure. And that one, we say that also it can be a result of lack of validating, because I told you that when you collect intelligence, or when you will be collecting intelligence, you are not just collecting the intelligence. Somebody has to confirm, has to validate that that intelligence that you are collecting, is it the true intelligence? For example, I give an example. Somebody tell that my wife may be cheating on me, and you are given that job to do, to find out, is it true my wife is cheating on me? And because the person did not validate that particular information you get from maybe the third party, you might try to act on that, and you find that it's not helping you because that source was not well validated. And that's why sometimes most of the intelligent organization will make sure that the people that work is just to validate the source of the intelligent product that have been given. And we say the problem are now particularly likely in predictive intelligence, where the analysis estimate future possibility based on the current availability of the evidence. And in that, we say that lack of consideration of alternative option or lack of analysis creativity may also may not produce an accurate intelligent product. So when we lack the alternative, that's the only source of information you have, and most likely somebody can just give intelligence that will not give or yield the result. And we say that also, if the person analyzing that is not creative enough, cannot get sense out of that intelligence, also that can lead to intelligent failure. And that's why we say that ultimately combining any of the above factor that we say can cause inaccurate and inaccurate end of the intelligent product. And this, as we say, may overstate or underestate or even all miss the threat that is as a result of that particular intelligence. So as a result, intelligent consumers are unable in most of cases to make informed decisions, leading to intelligent failure. So it's very important when you are dealing with the intelligence that you make sure that you avoid a number of issues that related to analysis when it comes to intelligent failure. Having said that, the last stage, which called dissemination, also can prove to failure. And we say that this can be a result that there are some intelligence professionals have placed intelligent failure on the shoulder of the consumer of the intelligence themselves, the people that consume. And this is said that the intelligent failure can occur when policymakers refuse to accept accurate intelligence. And that's one of the problem we have mostly in developed country, and also in most of the where the intelligent information are not taken carefully. Where you send information, you send some people with instruction to collect intelligence, but because you are not expecting that particular result, you reject the intelligence which is correct, and that can also lead now those officers in future, or maybe if they are to do their repeat of intelligence, to make sure they collect just intelligence to please you. And that's why we say this type of intelligence failure can occur for the multiple reasons. For example, it can be a result of what we call biases of the policymaker, or wanting to proceed with a predetermined course of action despite any intelligent product that can be considered as intelligent failure. For example, I will give you an example. If let's say there's an intelligence that was collected for a country to maybe invade, or maybe to attack, or even to go into trade with another country, and that intelligent information is not what desired to the maybe the particular leaders given that, he might refuse that internal information and go ahead to ensure that maybe he continue with particular maybe predetermined course of action. And apart from discrimination, we can also say that there can be other type of intelligent error, that we call it other errors, and that we say that intelligent failure can also occur outside of the stages that we have described. And within the intelligent process, most generally this failure is noticed. And for example, there can be competition between intelligent agency, and we did see the example, like in Kenya we have NIST and we have DCI, and sometimes they collide, and that can lead to lack of integrity cooperation, that can result into less comprehensive intelligent product that they produce. And thus, with the painting and the incomplete picture, it will mean that now that intelligence will fail. And that's why you say some agency may have overly bureaucratic structure that do not allow timely reporting or face the issue with corruption. So because of when the intelligent information collected, he has to go through a particular bureaucracy or a particular process, because that's what the organization or the institution or has put as in the policy, and that will mean that now the action will not be taken in good time as a result of that type of failure. And then say that systematical issue can cause further intelligent failure. And having said that, we can also look for another area where can have other areas, and we say that a major issue that can also occur is what you call the leaking of sensitive information. And this now take me into the word of espionage. When you talk about espionage and those people that collect those secret information, and their effort to ensure they steal or classify information, and the negligence of the intelligent professional or policymaker that result in breach of sensitive information, that can be described as significant intelligent failure. Sometimes even within the intelligent community, the people are planted, or the people that are approached, they can work for another organization, but their work there, they're working against that particular institution or that particular mega organization. They're collecting intelligence on behalf of the other enemy or the other organization or government. And this is common to developed country, and sometimes we are planning, and we have a number of examples that you can see on that. So we say that intelligent failure is not necessarily as easy as it may seem when we look at it from the face value. And we say that the intricate nature of the intelligent community now provides such room for where the error can be seen, and in different level. And we say that now those individual level or more prominent system issue, and that's why scholars and the intelligent professional alike have a long sought to avoid such intelligent failure when there's the introduction of what you call the intelligent circle, so that this thing can be addressed during the collection or the production of the intelligent report. And that's why you say that it seems that the failure remain something that we cannot avoid. and to some degree, and that's why the intelligence gathering is primary summarized into what we call some step that or procedure that employ in uh, maintaining obtaining usable information and its conversation into what we call the intelligence product. There are these basic attributes that we are talking about, and there are things like the intelligent officer need to be what we call objective. You must have what is your objective as you are going to collect this information or intelligent information. When you've known your objective, you have been objectivity. The timeline, intelligent you cannot correct forever. There's a time that that intelligence is needed. If you don't meet the deadline in terms of time, that intelligence will not help in making a decision. For example, if this intelligent information is needed about a planned attack, let's say in terrorism, and that information is not given in good time, it will mean that now when you produce that information when already the attack has been done, you miss or you lose one of the principle that talk with about timeless or timelines, sorry, in terms of collection intelligence. Apart from that, the intelligence that you are collecting has to be reliable. And when you talk about reliability, can somebody rely on that information and make a conclusion or make a decision based on that information, or that intelligent information you are given are fake, cannot be verified? So it has to be verifiable so that it can help us in achieving our objective. Apart from that, this credibility, they must be credible. You're looking at something that you are doing or something that you are producing must be having some amount of level of integrity. If they're not credible, meaning that now it will lead us when we take action based on that particular intelligent information. Apart from that, whatever you are giving has to be accurate. Okay, the fact that you put there, if you say that these people came from this particular place and they're residing this, they're using this car, they have to be accurate, because if you give wrong information which is not accurate, the action can be taken and can be dangerous or backfire. For example, if you collect information that this particular maybe criminal are using a Subaru car, maybe a particular number plate, and later on you term that is not the right car, it will mean that now they can even attack or arrest somebody that could not have been involved in that particular crime. And I did tell you some time back that I involved in collection about intelligent information on behalf of a particular chairman of an organization, blue chip organization. And when I involved some of my team, we are doing it. One of the team gave us the wrong vehicle number that was used by the culprit. And when we try to verify the information, we found that it was wrong, and that means that that information was not accurate. Apart from that, the information must be relevant. And when we talk about relevancy, we are talking about, can it be produced and it support what is in question. You cannot collect intelligence about who is the farmer who planted maize, for example, when we are looking at who has stolen maybe a unga in a store. Yes, maize and unga in the store, there's a way they are related. But now we are not looking at who planted, who harvested the maize. We are looking at who has stolen the unga, which already had come out of the hand of the farmer. So it has to be relevant. You cannot collect information that is not related to that particular issue in question. And then it has to be factual. They must have facts that can be proved, that can be scientifically even tested. Because now if they're not factual, it will mean that now we cannot measure, because we talk about also measurable part of the intelligence. And lastly, we can talk about the particular information that you produce must be accessible. We can also do, we can go and collect the same information, and the information we given, we can get it in a format that we are able to read it and read it and use it, revisit it and confirm it, so that we are able to make the zone based on that. And having said that, we can say that all these are generally expected to to be observed as attribute of each stage of intelligence. And as we say that a failure to meet or achieve the purpose of intelligence is terminated. Is termed as intelligent failure. Failure to meet or achieve the purpose of the intelligent is termed as intelligent failure, and this could occur as a result of lacuna in the process or the path in the process, overestimating or underestimating, or overconfident, ignorant, and complexity, and so on. So I believe that when it comes to this particular unit or topic on principle and attribute in intelligence, you are able to get something that has helped you to understand the principle and the attribute of intelligence. And I've taken my time to repeat some of the principle, where I've also gone a little bit ahead to explain something to do with intelligent failure. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy. Keep watching, because I will be continue recording other classes on the same topic, and even the previous one, some of them I will be doing, and I hope you have enjoyed and you have learned something. You can rewatch it if there's a place that was not clear, and also I will provide the note for you so that you're able to understand exactly what we are talking about. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.